the betterment of the children. So if it goes into that angle, it is good.
Now that you still have the microphone, sorry Rashid, there's one question that came up from Kibra. The question from parents was, what is the rationale of asking all parents to bring things like chicken or eggs? Why don't you just bring one egg and show the students, even if there are 50 of them, that this is what an egg is and this is where it's coming from, instead of sending parents to all of them to bring 50 eggs if it's a class of 50 people?
Yeah, I listened to that and I was very much worried. Remember, CBC is center-learned. We are looking into the competencies, knowledge, skill, and attitude. As a teacher, are you competent enough to practice the competencies? Are you competent enough to practice?
All right, we'll switch your mic in just a bit. But yeah.
Najua kuna mtihani hapa, manake walimu ambao watu wanawasaidia wakisema kwamba wana mzigo wenyewe wanasema kwamba
it is on. Yeah, are you competent enough to be a problem solver who can take that task as yours and come up with a problem? You have told the child to go and download and print. Take a picture when you are washing the utensil. That child, through creativity and imagination, can draw himself, color himself when they are washing utensils. And at the end of the day, the outcome has been achieved through the competency of the teacher. That is why we need teachers to be retooled, to be trained, to take it into the practice in class. I saw in the report
labda pengine tu nataka kupitisha kwa sauti, maana kuna jambo limezungumzwa pale, maana katibu anashangaa, anasema mabadiliko yamekuja kuwasaidia walimu, na anashangaa nyinyi walimu wenyewe hata mjui faida ya mabadiliko. Sasa hapa pana mtihani.
Asante.
Go ahead. It's on.
Asante sana. I've had the Secretary General, but I want to qualify myself. And I focused myself on junior school to senior school. I have no problem with the learning areas at primary and pre-primary. Those ones can be reduced based on the age. But I'm looking at the preparatory transitional stage, where this child must be exposed to a wide range of competences so that we are able to identify where is this child's niche, to be able to place him or her at the right senior school. So when we are talking about, the biggest challenge this country has is conflicting curriculum issues with issues of infrastructure and issues of manpower. The challenge we are having today of not having enough teachers should not lead us to make decisions that will affect our children in future. What we need to do, and which my Secretary General should do, is to ensure that the government is able to employ more teachers across in the all learning areas so that we are able to expose our children.
Asante. Nilikuwa tu nataka kuleta hoja kama ya mwenzangu Indimuli. Ndiyo, walimu walikuwa na pika kelele kwamba learning areas ilikuwa nyingi. Lakini kweli tukisema tunapunguza hizi learning areas wakati huu, tutakosea tena. Jinsi tulipokosea wakati ya mfumo wa 844. Pendekezo langu kufuatia na mwenzangu Indimuli venye amesema ni kwamba pengine grade ya 7 wanafunzi hao wakuwa exposed kwa hizi 14 learning areas, then wafanye selection. Kwamba sasa wamekuwa assessed, wameenda through, na tumeona kweli huyu anatosha wapi na wapi.
Hapo sawa. Anthony, let me hear what you have to say. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you so much. I think my greatest concern here, because I've seen we have all the stakeholders in the education sector, I think the first thing which we can be able to address is that this CBC is quite unsustainable, simply because it is very expensive, even to parents. And the reason as to why we do not support it is because even as university students, myself representing Kenya University Students Organization, we were not consulted. And remember, university students or even students in general, they are the key stakeholders of this process. They are the receiving end. So I feel like as we go forward, for it to be sustainable, we need to be incorporated in the decision-making process.
Okay. Na nataka mpitishie dada ambaye anashirika na masuala ya special needs hapo karibu. Pitisha tu hiyo microphone hapo tuweze kuuliza swali. Mbali na masuala ya kupunguzwa masomo, kuna hoja ile ya kwamba sasa hivi sisi tukisoma kwa tunataka kwenda katika shule ya kitaifa. Mapendekezo yaliyopo ni kwamba tutakuwa tunaondoa zile hadhi kwamba in national school ni nini na kwamba tunaziondoa kabisa. Kimaoni yako zitasaidia ama zitaleta ushindani kwa wanafunzi darasani?
To me, I think zitasaidia because we'll no longer have the competition that because remember one of the reasons why we actually going to CBC is reduce the competition that we have of even when you're looking for schools, the most important thing is what was the mean grade. So that is what we actually want to kill in this country. And we want to concentrate on the competencies of the child without the competition. But also talking about special needs, because I might not get the mic again. You see, in special needs is an individualized education program. In special needs, you don't talk about a curriculum because it's about an individual. And the most important thing is to look at a child and see what is this that they are good at. Okay. And now ensure that
Speaking
you maximize on that.
Needs, we have Sanoe back there. So Sion, that's behind you. Just give him the microphone so that we hear from him. He's the deputy in charge of programs, Kenya Institute of Special Education. What is missing when it comes to special education and CBC?
I think we could be saying what is good about it. Because for us in special needs education, we find quite a good curriculum. Essentially, CBC has come to allow learners with special needs and disabilities to especially get what we expect them to be getting. We have got now a different pathway called the stage-based pathway, where you allow learners to progress on their own pace. Yeah. Instead of pushing them that every year you have to move to the next grade. We are saying move when you have acquired the competencies that you need. Okay. If the requirement was for you to tie your shoes, your shoelace, if the requirement was for you to do buttoning your shirt, even if it takes 2 years, that is what is important for you. Rather than pushing them to do the academics, that will not give them anything in life. Okay. So for us, we are saying CBC has come to deliver what we want for learners with special needs and disabilities.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, it's fine.
Thank you very much, Trevor and Rashid. My question is, at whose cost are we going to continue buying things that parents basically cannot afford on a daily basis? At whose cost? Because it's the parent who is supposed to pay. And if the kid is in public school, practically you're not supposed to be spending a lot of money. So that's my first question. And my second comment is that let us be, open-minded to reducing subjects once we find that the interest of our kid is not in some of the subjects that they study all along, because that is practically wastage of time. Yeah. So let us